Hello, this is Alekius, and welcome back to another episode of Rule the Waves 2 as France in 1945 at war with Japan. And doing well, I would say. Our current invasion target is Formosa, which is costing us quite a bit per turn. But I think we've been able to keep that up. New destroyer. Information about Japanese float planes. Hey, a new dive bomber. Slightly faster, slightly longer range, slightly more firepower. Otherwise unremarkable. Okay. The new torpedo bomber is in service. Seems we're running out of merchants to sink. Okay, medium coastal raid. We're going to attack. Oh, with destroyers. This ought to be interesting. Ship sighted at last. Let's come up to 20 knots at least. There's a bunch, which means more likely it's a formation. Come up to max speed. Fleeing transport, couple destroyers, battleship, which I was afraid of. Well, it might be just a heavy cruiser, we'll see. Nope, actually a battleship. Let's see if we can get some torpedoes off in its direction. A little bit late on that one, and where is Francesca launching? I mean, seriously. See if we can get the arbalete out of there. Bring them directly away. And bring them down towards Canton. While I enjoy a sip of tea. Looks like we lost a submarine. Nearly got one of their destroyers, so we gave as good as we got as far as destroyers. So minor victory for the Japanese, 300-point lead on that one, which isn't bad at all. That interrupted my train of thought. I wanted to do something while we were out here. I can't remember what it was. Oh well, something that'll have to wait for another month. Alright, new destroyer, larger carriers, new bomber prototypes ready. So lighter bomb load, sort of. Interesting how. Oh no, that is a much heavier bomb load. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, that's a lot. So we were right to do this. Range is a little bit longer. That should be a delightful upgrade. Cruiser action, medium size. I think at this range, you know what? Always just attack ships. Far more valuable for us. So a pair of light cruisers and an aged heavy cruiser. There's our radar contact, so we can come up to max speed, which is dreadfully low. So if these are modern cruisers, we are done for. It is midnight though. With that, we're going to send up the black flag, see if our cruisers can support. Looks like a lot of light ships. One heavy ship due to its maneuvering. We'll turn away. Then back in. Yeah, it's one heavy ship with an escort of 4 destroyers. Alright, we'll turn away for any potential torpedo launches. And it looks like the heavy ship's getting ahead of its escorts. We get a 10-inch hit on it. Come around. She's got medium guns and heavy guns, so this may be a battleship, and we're going to lose that fight. Do we have any torpedoes on this? Yep. Left, right, submerged. We're getting a number of 10-inch on them. But in general... Oh, hit by a torpedo. Sunk immediately. Well, that was unexpected. Looks like our opponent, whatever it was, had torpedoes as well. Should have thought of that one. I was too focused on getting one of our own torpedoes in there. Alright, they're launching torpedoes at us. I'm still going to push a little bit. Get an opportunity to get our light cruisers in there. We will. These are older light cruisers though. Triple upper deck ones? Yes. Looks like they're fairly happy with their having taken out our heavy cruiser. That is a destroyer. We'll juke. Come back in. And same. An Asanagi class, at least. Alright. Let's just go then. This has been a horrible battle for us so far. we'll head outbound. I guess that's what we get by leaving our aged ships out in an active home theater. Still, they're the kind of fights we don't really want to engage in too much. I mean, I suppose it removes some ships that we probably should have gotten rid of. Are they following us? Running much longer than usual. So we did get one destroyer. Small consolation. No, they went away. Don't know why it ran long that time. Oh, actually lost prestige on that one. Looking at aircraft types. So we have some of the new ships. Or, I mean aircraft. We can go... Well, we can't get rid of the older dive bomber yet. New fighter doesn't have any... You know, I don't care what the reliability of the new fighter is. As long as it's done, which it isn't. Alright, looks like there's nothing we can obsolete at this time. Can get the other two destroyers building though. Delayed due to uncertain margin. Torville in the yard. And even fewer merchants out now. Battleship engagement. We don't have the ships for that. So that auto declines. Battleship engagement for an invasion battle. Japanese decline. Battleship engagement up here. Japan declines. Another one. Japan declines. One down to the south. They'll accept. What an exchange. Let's get our strikes ready. Yeah, range for heavy is not bad, so we're gonna carry those 1,000-pound bombs because those can actually do damage. .500s do as well, but against battleships, it kind of depends on the ship. I'll get our 2 strikes ready, or 4 I guess, since we have 4 carriers. There they are, perfect. So the thought behind this is that they're going to come in, meander around here until the main body catches up. So if we can do a full strike, right about there, that'll be against the escorts. And then we can launch the second one. Dive bombers first, back where they are now. Actually, no, we're going to do torpedo bombers first. Launch that strike. And once they launch, we should be good to go. Looks like a heavy escort. We'll turn, come up to max speed. We get a hit on Tsukuba class. Get the carriers up to 20 knots and turn them around. And we'll launch a second strike of the dive bombers towards the more rear area. Alright, 2 more hits on Tsukuba. Another hit. Alright, we finally take return fire. And they finally peel away. Nantes takes near miss. Waiting on range to increase. And now we'll turn in. There goes our dive bombers. Now approaching enemy ships. No hits. No hits. Now come the torpedo bombers. And we're spotting the rest of the ships. More torpedo bombers approaching. One torpedo hit. More torpedo bombers. 2 more torpedo hits. 1 more torpedo. 2, 3. Enemy ship AMC is hit by a torpedo. 1, 2 more torpedoes. Not sure that's actually an AMC. Ooh, fair amount of flooding from one of those hits. Looks like... oh, they penetrated our belt. That's unfortunate. We're using a lot of 15-inch guns. Oh, got my carriers all tangled up. Oh wow, we have a few of the aircraft back already. We can start readying follow-on strikes as our dive bombers approach. 2 bomb hits, nice. While the Nantes takes a belt extended hit. Imagine these torpedo bombers are heading back to the carrier. Bomb hit on a destroyer, which that's got to be devastating. Same with the transport. Here come more dive bombers. Let's come up to full speed. I'm going to be launching and recovering a lot of aircraft. 3 bomb hits on transports. A 14-inch hit on a Tsukuba. Fire control damage on the Nantes. So let's ready the rest of these. And let's launch what we do have ready against these Tsukubas. ETA is pretty quick. Doesn't seem right. Time at target 10:14. Alright, so that's half an hour. How far are they going to go in half an hour? They're maneuvering. Let's aim for about here. And we'll ready. Oh, not much on there. That side. Alright, bounced around. Perforated the uptakes on the Nantes. And we delivered one more 14-inch hit. All passed through. Nantes is getting pretty chewed up now. I'm going to send in the destroyers. There's another 14-inch. They are closing in hard. There's another 14-inch. Take a look at our carriers again. Oh, they're not ready. Outside of that, looks like we have the larger squadron. Ready all of that. Let's assume that we're going to scare them off somewhat. Yeah, that's fine. Our last hurrah before nightfall, apparently. And I think we're going to retreat the Nantes. Should give us direct control of one of the destroyer. Lost the starboard torpedo mount. One of the destroyer squadrons, and we can maneuver them in the night. So let's head for Fort Boyard. Or Bayard. Can we launch anything else? We'll lose a few aircraft. We can. Outstanding. It's a little bit late, but the fact that we can is awesome. Nantes is sinking. Too late to rescue her. And the carriers are actually within gun range. Very bad. Alright, dive bombers approaching. There's a bomb hit. Hit on a transport. Reported as an AMC. It's not too far-fetched. Probably means it's an armed transport. destroyers bravely assaulting the battle cruisers. We'll drop the carriers to 20 knots so they don't get too disorganized. We'll try to scout out where these transports are. Taking out a good chunk of them. Now we're properly seeing nightfall. Still recovering some of the aircraft. Those are the scout planes trying to land on the Nantes. It's kind of sad, really. Alright, it's been a little while. We can probably ready up more strikes for first light. Alright, let's do this one at a time. We can ready up 6 there. I have some over here. They're already ready. Just 6 from that squadron. And we can do, well, those are already ready. And we have the fighters. The dive bombers. Do we want to load up the fighters? I'm going to do a max. Fighters are a bit limited on range. Do a medium. Already 1 squadron from each carrier group or division. Whatever is the smaller group of fighters. Some of them with heavy bomb, 500-pound bombs, some of them with 250-pound bombs. Do that. There we go. Finally have control of the destroyers. Alright, destroyers fighting each other over there. Take a look in this way. The torpedo bomber still out there? What are you doing? Does look like our squadrons took a pretty heavy hit from landing at dusk. Felt it was important though. I see slow contacts. I believe those are the transports. Let's bring the carriers up to max speed again then. Because we will charge right in amongst them. Carriers and all. The destroyer should be able to do the job though. We'll then turn our destroyers in towards what appears to be the enemy fleet. As our carriers come in for a close assault. We'll turn out with the carrier and then come back in. Let's go ahead and slow down the destroyers, bring them back. No, we were chasing down a Corvette and brought everything to this fight. Drop the carrier speed down, allow the rest of the carriers to catch up and reform. Oh, come on, you don't need to torpedo a Corvette. Did you do that? Looks like we got all of the merchants. Whether they landed anything, that's a tougher question. I'm gonna go with probably. Two of our carriers getting a little tangled up on the land. Francesca is attempting to head outward. Wait for Sule to pull away through the island and then... Alright, good. Then we can generally head northeast. Use the destroyers to try to find where the enemy is, so that we can have that strike ready in the morning. Looks like they've been able to ready a few more aircraft, not a ton. This one is unready. We'll shift them to a heavy bomb load though. And then one dive bomber, all by its lonesome. Then we'll look at the other set. I haven't gotten a low torpedo count for them yet. Single dive bomber, and then the second carrier, fighters, and a single dive bomber. We'll see if they can ready up anything else. Do any repairs. Francesca didn't make it. I'll go along here overall. Carrier division has formed up. Bring them up to max speed, catch up to the destroyers. Yeah, we have no idea where the enemy fleet is at this point. Speed time up in the hopes we can start to find out where they are. Head generally towards Formosa. Oh, they're going to collide with the island. I think we lost the enemy though. Alright, the land-based aircraft found something. It looked like they were headed generally... Ooh, nice. Torpedo hits. Looks like they might be down at the island of Hainan. Let's come up to max speed. Looks like we might have taken some hits. Our airfield being hit. Sights unknown ships. Due west. Generally headed east. Alright. Current weather does not permit aircraft operations, so we'll have the carriers continue on southwest. The destroyers, I don't mind diving in. Especially if that really is a battleship. Do they have any torpedoes though? Chances are they do actually. They actually have quite a few. Come in. Arbalete goes down. Getting hits on the Tsukuba, but I'm not too excited about that actually. Medium and light damage. Let's head northwest with carriers. Come in closer to these Tsukubas. If we can finish them off, that'll be great. If not, oh well. With the maneuvering as they are, I don't think we're going to hit anything. But we can maintain contact. Go ahead and detach, pick up survivors. And then I'm happy maintaining radar contact. At least until weather improves, hopefully. Arbalete finally sinks below the waves. Still have a limitation to air operations. I think we can drop down to 20 knots. Ooh, light cruiser closing in. Alright, let's get the carriers back up to full speed and see if we can rescue our destroyers. Seems kind of backwards to me. But if they're going to pursue with a light cruiser, that's something our carriers can really mess up. Well, it looks like they finally got too far away from their formation. Bombard, are you... Let's detach you, send you back, if you haven't already. There are the Tsukubas. I have no torpedoes left. I'll angle in, try to avoid any torpedo. Counter launches. Do we have any armor on this? Not much. Enough for most light cruisers. This one's fairly heavily armed with 12 6-inch. Oh, we have a fire on the Joffrey. And it looks like we've gotten the attention of the fleet. But we still can't launch aircraft, so we'll generally head south. Drop to 20 knots. Our Carrier Division 8 needs to rejoin. What are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? It's the age of reliable radio. We're down here. There we go. Yep, and we're not going to get a chance to retaliate. We did get one battleship. We lost our battlecruiser, 2 destroyers. We got a battleship, 2 destroyers. And we destroyed their invasion fleet. Says Japan got the major victory, which I assume, yep, they reached the objective with 4 transports. Now I have to deal with an invasion. There's all the ships. And close that out. So that could have been better. Now it's looking a little bit more even. Oh, that didn't actually trigger the invasion, which is good for us. I will not add more. I don't think we need subs. How many do we have? We're gonna have 50 with this. I'll start construction on some more. We'll get some mine layers. And I think we'll stop there. So, I hope you enjoyed. Appreciate you staying to the end. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And I will see you next time. Take care.